Hi there, this is Saver Crypto. Now, in my last video, which you can see if you click a link in the top right-hand corner, you'll see this guy, Stephen Pierce. Thank you very much for your comment. He said, "Hi, can you do a vid about balancing the locked MEX and unlock? I'm finding it hard to level them up. Am I just thick?" No, I'm sure you're not thick, but I'm gonna help you do that, and I'm going to use this method suggested in another video, which you can also see if you click the link in the top right-hand corner now. Suggested by Gabriel Lane, and this has been really handy. It's basically what you can do is if you've got different farms, you can swap the LP tokens between the farms to level things out. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, I will warn you right now that for most people doing the Denver strategy properly, you won't have to do anything that I mentioned in this video. And for everybody else, it might be useful if you've done it a bit wrong like I did. But honestly, if you've set it up properly, you probably don't need to watch this video. It's going to bore you to death. But give it a like anyway, and do remember to subscribe. Anyway, for everybody else who's still listening, here we go. Okay, so to balance these farms out, first of all, just going to click this little arrow on there just to open up the farms. Now, let's just say this again. I've said this a million times, but this first one is eGold and MEX producing locked MEX. Then you've got eGold and MEX producing MEX. And then you've got eGold and locked MEX producing locked MEX. And then you've got eGold and locked MEX producing MEX. Okay, you might not have these two if you didn't start off with any MEX. What I need to do is basically have these two producing the same amount of MEX and locked MEX, and the same again for this pair as well. So for these, I'm just going to look at this figure here, the 11.47. So it's 11.47. That's how many LP tokens I've got there, and then this one's got 0.0778. Now, what I want to do is to add them together, which equals this figure here, 11.5478. So now I want 2/3 of this figure producing MEX and 1/3 of it producing locked MEX with the ×2 multiplier. So if I divide that by 3, I get this figure here. I'm just going to write that down. So that's 3.84926. If I multiply that by 2, that will give the 2/3, won't it? So that will be 7.6985. So that means this one here, I need to get 11.47 LPs and subtract 7.69853333, which equals 3. So I've got to remove 3.7714, something like that. 147, say. So I need to remove that from the large one and put it into the smaller one. I'm going to unfortunately incur a 1% fee doing this because I can't be bothered to wait for 68 hours, but let's do it anyway. So I'm going to go withdraw, and the amount I'm going to withdraw is that figure I just said. So that is 3.77147. Okay, and now this one, yeah, I'm going to receive that eGold and a bit of MEX. Okay, withdraw, confirm that on Maiar, removing farm stake. Okay, so that's removed now. Now I go to stake and I'm going to add that token there. And this is getting added to this one here that's producing locked MEX. So let's go stake, and then we go, that's the figure there. And this one is locked MEX. And I'm going to use all of it and stake. Confirm that on Maiar. Transaction signed, adding farm stake. Okay, it's the farm stake added. So now to look at these, 3.8, 7.6, that looks like twice as much, which is cool. Okay, that looks good. Then I need to do the same with this one here. I'll just do the maths. So that is 0.0552 plus 7.1096, which equals 7.1648. Okay, and if we divide that by 3, that we get that figure there. So that is going to be the 2.38827. That's going to be the one that's producing the locked MEX, and then if we double that, we get the one that's going to be producing the MEX. Now, I did notice something actually, which isn't brilliant, is that here, that figure there is a bit less than I hoped it would be. Now, I'm not sure what's happened there. It's obviously the 1% fee caused a bit of a loss, and I'm wondering if this is a bit of that impermanent loss that people talk about. I mean, it's not huge, and it's merrily earning away again, and obviously this is going to be more efficient now. It's the proper Denver strategy, but in any case, I'm not too worried about the ratios, because it means that I'm probably going to earn a bit more MEX than locked MEX, which is okay, because I think the MEX is generally more useful. Obviously you want them about equal though, because then that's when the Denver strategy is working at its best efficiency. Okay, so I've got 7.1096 in there, and I want to make that into 4.7765, so I need to subtract 4.7765, which equals 2.33331. Yeah, I think I've done that right. So yeah, 2.3331, that's what I need to take out of there. So let's do that. So let's go withdraw, and that will be, what did I say, 2.331, withdraw, sign transaction signed, removing farm stake. So then what I need to do is add this to the stake with the double multiplier to make locked MEX. So let's go stake. There's the token, and I want all of it, and that's going to be locked to get ×2. Confirm that on my phone. Right, okay, so that's added now. So let's look at the figures. I've got 2.3628 there. Twice 2.36 is actually more like 4.772 or something like that. So there is a little bit of a loss there. Okay, so to check it was all working, what I did, I harvested all the rewards once everything went over $20, which is the limit for harvesting. And then I just left it running for like 30 minutes or so. And you can see here that they're all quite balanced. This pair, this one's got $674, this one's got $667, this one's got $418, this one's got $414. So I think I've got them fairly well balanced. So now when I create the LP tokens, I can just do it the same as you're supposed to do in the first place. So first of all, you go to swap, get your MEX, then swap that to eGold, do the maximum amount, swap that, confirm that on Maiar, sign transaction signed. Okay, swapping tokens. By the way, when things are doing this, you can always copy that transaction number, and then you can come over to explorer.elrond.com. If you want to find out the status of that transaction, you can just pop it into here, do a search, and it will tell you if that transaction is complete or not. If it's not complete, it will say pending or something like that. It's just worth noting that, just in case you do get like a stuck transaction or something. Someone the other day was saying they'd lost some Elrond or something. If you click up here, you should see everything you've got. I don't see why you should not. It shouldn't just disappear, you know what I mean? So if you're having problems, do check your account details up there. Anyway, right, so that's swapped now, so I can add liquidity. So I just go add liquidity, and I'm actually not going to use all my eGold, because at the moment I'm actually producing slightly more MEX than I was locked MEX, which is different to how it was when I initially started. So I'm going to look at what locked MEX I've got, which is that I'm going to use the maximum amount there, and then that will populate the amount of eGold I'm going to use there, and then just add liquidity. I'll confirm that on my phone, because you see before that was my problem, that I had a little bit too much locked MEX and I couldn't do much with it. Okay, so transaction signed, and you see adding liquidity there. You see once again there's these like copy things there where you can copy that transaction number if you want to look what's happening to it. Right, that looks good. Now, okay, so I've got a LP token that I can use. Now I want to add this to the farms, and I want 33% of it producing locked MEX and the rest of it producing MEX. So I'm just going to go stake, and I'm going to put this on. Oh, hang on. So there's my LP token. I'm going to put this on 33%. So this is a third of what I have, and that's going to be producing locked MEX. Okay, so stake, confirm that on my phone, sign transaction, continue, sign transaction, okay, transaction signed. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so it's farm stake added. Okay, and the rest of it, I'm going to stake it here. I'm going to select the token, and I'm going to use the maximum amount. And this time, this is not going to be locked, because this is the larger amount that's going to produce the MEX. Confirm that on my phone. Sign transaction. Okay. Adding farm stake. So you can see here that these two here are slightly larger. And how are we doing? Okay, so this one produced 966, 956. This one's 593 and 599. So they're all pretty nice and balanced now. So I might just do a little experiment to see how much this is earning per hour. So it's 21.33 now. I'll come back at 22.33, and so far I'm on here. You can see $31.96. So I'll come back in an hour and see what it's earning per hour. Okay, this is 1 hour later, and we're on 101.68. So if we subtract the 32.96 it was at already, it's still earning $68.72 an hour. I mean, it's down a little bit from the 80 and 100 that it was earlier on, but it's still pretty good. Anyway, once again, this video wasn't really intended for like everybody. It was just for people who kind of messed up their Denver strategy, and you know, just looking at a way to fix it, sort of thing. And this does seem to be working pretty well now. This got like $20 there, 1982 there. That's that pair. This pair is on pretty much 32 for each one, really. So that's really cool. Okay, I'll try and make the next video a bit more interesting. But for now, this is Save the Crypto saying thank you very much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, tick the notification bell, and tell your friends.